Hello guys and welcome back to episode 6 of the AC Milan career mode here on FC24. We're going to have a jam-packed episode today. We are now into the January transfer window of this first season. And as you can see, we're currently sitting in second place in the league. But also, if you didn't check out the last episode, please be sure to go check that one out. We did end up losing 2-1 to Newcastle in the Champions League in our last group stage game. And it bounced us out of the Champions League. We are now into the Europa League. So we will be having a game in the Europa League actually coming up fairly soon. It won't be in the January window. It'll be actually in February, but we will be playing Slavia Praha in a two-leg fixture against them in the preliminary round, which is unfortunate, obviously. We would have loved to have been in the Champions League still at this point in the season, and that was kind of our expectation. The board actually expected us to win the Champions League, I'm pretty sure. So our manager rating has gone down, but you can see there we did not make it. Finished third in our group behind Newcastle and PSG. Newcastle, 6 wins from 6 games, which is just absolutely insane. But yeah, so we're now in the Europa League. We're facing off against Slavia Praha in the preliminary round. And so we'll get to that probably in the next episode, maybe the one after that. We'll see. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this one. First things first, we've got some news to cover about the January transfer window. We've got a game against Salernitana, I believe, here. We're going to simulate the first game. Even though it is an away game, which might be a bad idea. We're going to play Sassuolo, and then we're going to get into the January window. We'll play Empoli, we'll play Roma, and we'll play Udinese, and I believe that'll probably be the end of the episode. So we won't get completely through the January window in this episode, but you guys left your comments about the players you wanted me to bring in. Mostly what we're looking for is a striker. Olivier Giroud has been pretty good for us, actually, but obviously he's much older and doesn't have much pace, and he's just overall not that great. And then we have Okafor behind him. He's got a lot of pace, pretty decent at shooting as well, but I just don't know if he's going to be the one. And of course, you know, if we're looking for a striker and we're thinking about getting rid of Giroud, we might as well go for another one. So you guys left your comments about a lot of different striker options. I appreciate all the comments. Please be sure to leave your comments on this episode as well about how you feel about the signings that we're going to make. I'm still not even sure exactly who we're going to go after, but I'm going to give you kind of my mindset on this. So the main thing, there's probably like 4 strikers that I'm thinking about. Šeško is going to be one of them. Eli Wahi is going to be one of them. Joshua Zirkzee is going to be one of them. And then Santiago Jimenez here. We're waiting on the scout report back for Jimenez and for Zirkzee, so we're going to wait until that comes back to make our decision. Šeško is probably going to be my lowest rated, I guess, out of the 4. He's obviously a very good player, but we used him in the Brighton career mode, and I just don't want to use him again. I mean, I do want to use him again, but not this early on in the game or after the Brighton career mode. So Eli Wahi's kind of top of my list right now. He's really fast and has really good shooting, which I think is a great attribute for a striker to have. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. He is only 5'11", but that's not that big of a deal. Zirkzee would be fantastic. He's 6'4", 196 pounds. If he has great shooting and great pace, he might be the one. And then Jimenez is 6 foot, 152. Again, really, we just have to wait on the scout reports to come back to see who we are going to go after. And then as far as other positions goes, we thought about bringing in maybe a left back, left center back. I've added some players. I wanted to bring in Levi Colwill, but he's on loan, so I can't actually bring him in. Truefair, it might be the option that we go for. Parisi, Fabiano Parisi from Fiorentina. And then at right mid, I'm thinking about bringing in somebody. Pulisic has been okay for us. Chukwueze has been okay, but Pulisic is more of a left winger. He's right-footed, so he can cut in onto his right side. Obviously, he can't start there because of Leao, and Leao is definitely not going anywhere. But I might move Pulisic to backup left wing, bring in a right winger, and go from there. And the 2 I'm thinking about is Madueke or Olise. And I'm really leaning toward Olise. I haven't used him before, so I really want to use him in this career mode. I think it would be a fantastic signing. But also, we're going to have to see how much these players cost because our budget is, I mean, it's pretty good, 124 million, but I'm also looking to not spend any more than 40 million on any one player. So we're just going to have to see how that goes once we actually get to the window and once we actually get some scout reports back for some players. So let's get to this next game. Match day here against Salernitana. They are sitting down in 17th. They have scored 20 goals in their 16 games, but they've also given up 31. So not having the greatest season down there. We're now sitting in 4th place, but obviously we haven't played this game. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. It is going to be a simulated game, like I said, and I know that's kind of controversial. We shouldn't probably simulate games, but we're just going to have to at some points in this career mode just to keep it moving along. As you guys may have seen, it's been a few days since I posted, and then a few days before that since I posted. You know, I can't post every day. Unfortunately, I wish I could for you guys, but unfortunately I can't. So whenever we do play, we're going to have to sim some games. We simulate this one and get a 1-1 draw. Rafael Leao scoring in the 24th minute. And Zovan for them. So we only get a point from that game. I don't think that's going to hurt us too much in the standings. believe we'll still be second place. We're level on points with Inter and with Napoli. And it looks like we have a youth player that's actually become unsettled, and it is Joris Kuipers, who is the young Netherlands center back, 68 overall. So I'm definitely going to call him up. He's our best youth academy player by far. So if he's unsettled, then we're just going to go ahead and bring him in. And yeah, I mean, he might actually end up getting some game time. We'll see. He could actually be our backup left back. We do get another scout report back here from the Netherlands, actually. It looks like most of the players are not going to be that great. We have one here that looked like he could have had a higher overall, but didn't. Cedric Jansen is here. Has a lot of pace. Looks like he could be decent. He's only 15 years old, so we'll go ahead and sign him up. But yeah, Joris Kuipers here. 68 overall at 17 years old is pretty good. 70 physical, 67 defending, 64 pace. I mean, he's already looking pretty decent. Probably about the same level as Gabbia here as far as pace, physical defending. I mean, roughly the same. I mean, he's obviously got much more pace, so he might overtake the spot of Gabbia. I'm looking to sell him on at some point anyways, if we can in this January window. That'd be great. But there's going to be a few players we're going to try to get rid of. Luka Jovic is going to be one of them. He's just third striker, and if we bring in another one, he'd be fourth. So definitely trying to get rid of him in this window. And we're almost to the January window, but before that, we're going to go ahead and hop into this game against Sassuolo, who are sitting down, I believe, in like 13th at this point in the season. Actually, they moved up to 10th. They must have won their last game. So they're sitting on 24 points, really not too far behind us, even though we're in second place. This is going to be their lineup for our game against them. And then we're going to go with pretty much a standard lineup for us, except Pobega is going to get that start in midfield instead of Loftus-Cheek. Pobega has been absolutely incredible for us in the limited amount of minutes that he has. I mean, his per 90 goals and assists has to be pretty high. So let's go ahead and get into this game. Pobega out here to Pulisic. Looking for Leao at the back post. Wow, what a header that was. We are very unlucky that did not go in. That would have been an insanely good goal. Wow, good passing. Oof, Maignan with the save. Excellent save from Maignan. I saw one of you guys comment about how I've been a little bit hard on him at some points this year. And then, of course, we concede a goal immediately. Nice. Leao, over the top, Giroud. Please tell me he's onside. I think he is, and what a way to start off this second half. Sassuolo maintained their 1-0 lead through the end of the first half, but right here at the beginning of the second, we get one back. We are level at 1. Now we need to find another. Anders out here to Leao. Leao skipping past his man. Leao, too much pace. I mean, it's really just too easy with him out on that left wing. I mean, he's so fast and just so good with the ball at his feet. There's pretty much nobody in the league that can stop him, and there might not be anybody in the world that can stop him either, but yeah, 2-1. Pretty easy. Sassuolo pushing forward again, though. Great moves inside. Kalulu read him like a book. Wow. What a deflection away from Tomori. Sassuolo pushing forward here at the end of the game. Not much going on in this second half after our second goal. 84 minutes gone, though. They're going to have a corner here. They take it short. Chukwueze able to knock it away momentarily, but Loriente does well to hang on to it. And is still doing well. Calabria is able to get that away, and we're able to escape just barely, though. And then we turn it over, and we're not in a good spot, of course. All right, we got to defend here, boys, just for a second. Loriente... Just for 1 second, we have to defend. Just for 1 second. And we just simply can't do it. And that has been the story of our season. Wow. Another terrible challenge there. Now Tomori gets to it, and that's going to be the end of the game. 2-2. Well, I mean, we're the best team at giving up goals in the last, 10 minutes of games, I think. But luckily, looking at the standings after that game, I mean, it still doesn't hurt us. At the top of the table right now, there's 5 teams within 3 points of each other. And so... I mean, actually 6 teams within 3 points of each other. So we're definitely not in a bad spot. If we could just quit with the draws, we'd be really, really in a good spot. We just got to stop giving up late game goals. But that also does take us to the beginning of the January window. So we are now able to make some signings and bring some players in. We have had some people leave already. We had Kier leave on a free transfer, which I thought was going to go through at the end of the season, but it already went through. And so he's now a Celta Vigo player. So we might need to bring in another center back for sure. Gabbia is on loan now as well. And then we've got Jimenez going out on loan. We did obviously bring in our youth academy prospect, Joris Kuipers, but I just don't know if he's good enough yet. We have received an offer for Davide Calabria from Liverpool, which we are going to reject. I like Calabria. He's been decent for us, and he's an AC Milan player through and through. So we're not going to let him go just yet. We're hoping to have some more scout reports coming back very, very soon. But it looks like all of the strikers that we were looking to go after have come back. And it looks like Xerxes only a 76 overall. I was expecting him to be a lot higher. So he's probably not the player we're going to go after. It would only cost us about 20 million to bring him in, so that's not bad. Santiago Jimenez is going to cost anywhere from 50 to 60 million. And that's just maybe a little bit too much. I'm going to look and see what we can bring Wahi in for. And it doesn't look like we can bring him in. Wow, we're getting put in tough positions. And then for Šeško, we can only bring him in if we pay the release clause of 48.4 million. So I guess it's basically coming down to, do we bring in Xerxes for 20 to 25 million and then just let him develop? I don't know if that's the best option. We've already got Okafor, who's probably just a little bit better than Xerxes. Jimenez would be great, but he's also going to cost a lot, and he's not necessarily crazy good. I mean, his attributes are very well balanced, don't get me wrong, but his shooting and pace aren't like wild. They're pretty average. Yeah, this is an interesting spot. Matisse Tell over at FC Bayern, 18 years old, 76 overall. I mean, we might as well go after him if we're going to go after Xerxes, because he is basically the same price, but 4 years younger. Maybe we go after Jimenez. We splash the cash. I mean, 50 million is a lot, though. Maybe we can try to send them another player. Let's go to approach to buy and see if they're interested in any of our players. We could try to send them Luka Jovic over just so they would have a striker in return. So let's just try to do that. We'll offer a transfer fee on top of it of 30 million, and then Luka Jovic, and see if they'll go for that. They're not interested in Luka Jovic at all. They do consider an offer of 50 million, which I'm going to counter because I don't want to spend that much on one player. I'm going to counter for 42. And I'm also going to add a sell-on clause of 20%. So if we ever do sell them, they'll get a lot of money. And let's see if they're going to go for that. Man, do we spend 50 million on one player? To be fair, it's $50 million. So not quite. I mean, it'd probably be about 40 million pounds. The tension's not too high. Let's try to go for a little bit lower. 45 million. $45 million. We're sticking to 50. All right, let's just do it. Santiago Jimenez is obviously a very good player. There was a few of you guys that suggested him, so let's go ahead and get that deal done over and get it over the line. I feel so torn about it. Part of me is like, I really should just go after Wahi, but I just can't. And that's maybe if I waited until the end of the month, we could get him. But I just kind of don't want to wait. I want to get a striker over the line at the beginning of this episode. So let's go after Jimenez and let's get that deal done. And I'm honestly okay with his wages and with his signing bonus and with the extra bonus too. 10 goals, 850K. I mean, you know, we're keeping it realistic. We're trying to keep it a little bit realistic. So there would be some clauses in his contract like that. So we're going to go ahead and welcome Santiago Jimenez to the club for $50 million. Like I said, I didn't really want to spend more than 40 on a player, but at the same time, dollars and pounds, there's obviously a pretty big difference in. So $50 million, I believe, is probably about 40 million pounds. So it's not that crazy. And just after we take the striker from Feyenoord, they are coming in with a loan offer for Joris Kuipers. I'm actually perfectly fine with letting him go on loan. Let's get him some game time somewhere else. Hopefully, maybe he'll actually get some game time there. And then we've got this game against Empoli coming up that we are going to go ahead and get into. And just before that, I'm thinking about bringing in one more player right now. I'm going to try to do the same thing in this deal that I just did in the last one, and that is going to be offering up Luka Jovic for a player swap deal. I really don't think Crystal Palace is going to go for it, but I think Luka Jovic could be a great fit for Crystal Palace. Not really, but I think it would be a great deal for us to get him out and get him gone for, you know, roughly basically a pretty cheap player swap deal. But it doesn't look like they're going to go for it. They're not interested in an exchange player at all, and they want 60 million for Olise. And I just don't know if that's worth it right now. I mean, obviously, as you can see, it takes our budget down to 11 million. So I'm going to go ahead and end the negotiations on this one, and maybe we will revisit it at the end of the window, but we'll see. So we'll go ahead and get into this game against Empoli, and we will have Santiago Jimenez on the bench for this game. We're going to start Giroud still. We're going to keep Pobega in the midfield instead of Loftus-Cheek. I kind of liked Pobega there. He didn't really actually do a whole lot last game necessarily, but I think he's going to be overall better for us. But yeah, we're going to bring Jimenez on for his debut probably later on in this game. Now, inside the Reinders. We're going to have Pobega over here. Can he find Pulisic? He can. Oh, Christian Pulisic off of the post. Man, and that is exactly why I want to bring in Olise. I just, being right-footed, cutting in, it's just not working out for Pulisic really at all. Yeah, pass through the middle to Giroud. We're going to look back inside for Pobega. Oh, Pobega, what a finish. We easily could have finished that one off with Giroud, but I kind of wanted to find Pobega in the middle. He's a great scorer, man. I don't his attributes aren't that high, but he is clinical in front of the net. I mean, honestly, he's very good. And, you know, like I said, his attributes just aren't that high, but he plays so much better than his attributes suggest. Oh, no. Bad turnover in midfield. Ooh, great pass to find the striker there. Maignan able to make that save at close quarters. That was Empoli's first shot of the game, I'm pretty sure. They have done quite literally nothing. Here at the end of the first half, though, they're finding a way to pressure us. A great pass out here to the wing. Cancelleri getting fouled. Please get up quicker. Trying to get tackles in. Benacer able to, and we're able to get it away. And I believe that will be the end of the first half. 1-0 here against Empoli. Cancelleri inside to Kovalenko. Trying to get a tackle in. Wow, Maignan with an excellent save. He does make some great saves. I shouldn't talk too much about him not making good saves whenever he gives up goals, because a lot of it is really on our defenders. But sometimes he does pull out some great ones. Kind of foul that guy right there. Get away with it. They're going to pass it back inside. I mean, Empoli this half have been able to keep hold of the ball very well. But that shot is deflected away and we're able to hold possession. Great pass to Giroud from Teo Hernandez over the top for Leao. Cut inside, deflection, still heading towards the goal, but not able to find it. And I believe 60 minutes gone now. Let's go ahead and bring on our new man, Santiago Jimenez. We're going to make a couple other changes. Loftus-Cheek's going to come on. Chukwueze can come on out on that right wing, and those will be the changes we make. But let's see what he's got. I mean, Santiago Jimenez, $50 million is a lot of money, so hopefully he proves to be a very good signing. We're going to try to get him a touch here. Can't quite get to it. Tomori with an interesting choice of pass to Loftus-Cheek. Teo Hernandez inside to Reinders. Reinders to Loftus-Cheek. Loftus-Cheek into the back of the net. 66 minutes gone. 2-0 now against Empoli. This game is pretty much in the bag. I say that, but we can always give up 2 goals in the last 10 minutes. We've done it plenty of times before. But Loftus-Cheek, I mean, it's hard to keep him out of the midfield. Him and Reinders have been so good this season. Linking up in midfield very well, and honestly, just playing out of their minds. Jimenez fighting for that ball from Chukwueze, finding Loftus-Cheek inside. Gonna find Benacer, who's got room to shoot. Oh, off the outside of the post. There will be a goal kick here for Empoli. 92 minutes gone, and I think the referee will go ahead and just blow his whistle right off this kickoff. And that'll be a 2-0 win. So 3 points in the bag here against Empoli. I mean, a team that we definitely should be beating. I'm pretty sure they're in the relegation zone. So a good way to get back into this episode. Luka Jovic coming to us and saying that he is his career is being damaged by not being able to play games. I agree. I'm trying to move you on, brother. You're a 4th choice striker at AC Milan, so you're probably not going to get a lot of game time. But fortunately, we're just not getting any offers for him. We're about to get into this game against Roma, and without any offers for him so far. George Kuipers is going to be moving on to Borussia Mönchengladbach for 6 months. His move to Feyenoord did not work out, so might as well send him somewhere. Our Italy scout came back with one player that was decent, Gianmarco Greco here, 53 to 71 overall, 79 to 94 potential. Goalkeeper, $1 million valuation. Let's go check him out in the youth academy real quick. 58 overall, so not bad. And so now we're going to go ahead and jump into our game against Roma. They're currently sitting in 5th place, but obviously only 1 point behind us in 2nd place. So this game is absolutely massive. They've only given up 18 goals this year, and I believe 18 or 19 games. So we know their defense is going to be good. We know that Evan Ndicka is really good from our time at Brighton in our other career mode. And so this is going to be the lineup we're going to go with. I forgot to change the training plan, so a lot of our players are out of form, or not out of sharpness, I guess. We're going to start Pobega still in midfield, but this time for Reinders instead of Loftus-Cheek, which may be questionable. But honestly, between the 3 of them, it's hard to choose 2. And we're going to keep Benacer at that defensive midfield position. The problem with, putting one of those 3, Pobega, Reinders, or Loftus-Cheek in that DM position is that none of them are necessarily great at defense, whereas Benacer is, so it's kind of hard to keep him out of the team. But Giroud's going to stay up top as well, and we'll probably bring on Jimenez at some point again. 18 minutes gone here. A corner for Roma. They're going to take this one short. Renato Sanchez skipping past one of our players. Paredes On the edge of the box, going for a shot. Pulisic just not getting out to the ball. This game, or this career mode, has really ruined Christian Pulisic in my eyes. I mean, I thought he was a great player, but, I mean, he is just not, he's not it. He really isn't. There it is, with another shot. Wow, that one is going to be wide and out for a goal kick. I think this game we're going to have to deal with a lot of pressure going forward, or going backwards, I guess, for us, because, I mean, Roma have just been keeping possession pretty much the entire game so far. Giroud, though, playing a little 1-2 to Rafael Leao. Pulisic, back post. Off the post and wide. That was actually a pretty good effort, though. Can't fault him for that one. Rejo, shot, blocked away. Looks like they're going to have a throw in here. 37 minutes gone. I mean, seriously, it's just been all Roma this game. We've had the one chance with Christian Pulisic right there, and that's been about it. Teo Hernandez knocks that one away from Sanchez, but it's still their ball. I mean, the ball has literally just gone to them. Anytime we've made a tackle, anytime we've made a good play, always back to them. Pobega knocks it out for a corner now. 40 minutes gone. Roma continues to apply so much pressure to us. They're going to take this one short. Another corner. No surprise there. Looks like they're going to take it short again, so try to play still good defense. Asmoon inside to Indika. Shot away. Corner. Pressure. Pressure, pressure, pressure. They're actually swinging this one in, and Asmoon sends it over, so we might have a little bit of possession. Now it's all about what can we do with it. Pobega sends this ball over the top to Leao. It's actually an insanely good cross, or pass. A good cross into Pulisic. Header. Right at the keeper. Again, not much you can do about that one. Pretty terrible angle to try to head that ball in from. And that'll be the end of the first half. So here against Roma, I mean, this game has been absolutely crazy. 63% possession for them. 6 shots to our 1. Giroud, great pass to Pobega. Pobega to Loftus-Cheek. Loftus-Cheek off the post. And the ball bounces back to him. And he is not offsides. What a goal that we are going to be able to score here in the 53rd minute. I thought for sure that we were not going to score there. I mean, we're going to have to see the replay on that one. That is absolutely crazy. Pobega and Loftus-Cheek. Our midfielders are honestly the best scorers on our team sometimes. It's actually crazy. And we get really, really lucky there. That bounces right back to him. And honestly, really lucky that that goes in from that angle. Lukaku immediately responds. Renato Sanchez into Lukaku, and then nobody steps up. Nobody steps up at all. So, yeah, 1-1 now after just 3 minutes of being in the lead. And, yeah, nobody steps up. I mean, seriously. Kalulu, like, just standing there. Put a foot in, brother. Pobega, another ball over the top, this time to Giroud. Oh, nearly a good cross. And so we'll go with a 3-man sub here. Chukwueze, Jimenez, and Reinders coming on for Benacer, Pulisic, and Giroud. So hopefully we're making the right decision there. Taking off a lot of experienced players. That's absolutely not where I wanted that ball to go. That's okay. Teo Hernandez, do we have a cross in? Not really. Reinders wins that header, though. Leao, inside to Jimenez. Oh, who takes a turn and sends it just wide of the post. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't get much closer than that. It literally almost skims the bar. Chukwueze finding a pass out here to Calabria. We're going to cut down the baseline. Nobody there trying to get across to the back post. Keeper does well to knock it away momentarily at least. We're going to get Okafor on for Loftus-Cheek. I actually kind of like that sub. 89 minutes gone, though. We need a goal now if we're going to bag 3 points in this game. So we're going to go ahead and send this cross in with Leao. Looking towards the middle of the box. Oh, Jimenez just wasn't ready for it, I don't think. And that's going to be that for this game as well. So, again, just a 1-1 draw. I mean, we've got 7 draws now, I think, through like 19 or 20 games, which is just not a great record. Yeah, there's not much else to say about it. And we've got one more game in the episode coming up here at the end of the week against Udinese, an away game at Udinese. So we're going to go ahead and advance towards that. And I'm trying to decide whether or not I should just splash the cash on Olise or not. I mean, I know I've said before that I don't want to spend too much on one player, but I feel like he would be just a great, great addition to the team. And that would make it to where we don't have to play Pulisic every game because Chukwueze is also not doing anything out on that right side. Chukwueze is definitely a backup player, and he's just there to bring in whenever we have tired legs. But we'd be blowing all of our budget on one player. So it's a tough decision. But honestly, I've said before that I don't want to keep it too unrealistic, and I mean I'm not trying to keep it super realistic either. So honestly, we're gonna go back in for Olise and try to see if we can get him for closer to that 50 million mark, and that would make me feel a lot better. We will try to player swap again for Luka Jovic and just see if it works, and then we'll go from there. We'll offer 28 million and Luka Jovic and see if they'll accept, and they don't care about him. But 59 million is a little bit lower, so we'll propose a new transfer fee of 52 and see if they go for that. We're fine with the sell-on clause. Sticking to their price. Maybe just a little bit lower. 54.5. 54.5. And they're going to say yes to that deal. Again, $54 million is only really about 40 million pounds. So we're not really going too much over what I said we would go over. And one thing that I really love about Olise as well is that he's a dead ball specialist. So we'll finally have someone on the team that is going to be able to take those free kicks whenever we're, very close to the box. We really haven't had anybody besides, Leao's not that great at them. Benacer's okay at them. But now Olise is here, and he's really good at them. So I'm very, very much okay with this signing. It says he's 82 overall. He's basically 81 overall. And he's going to take the place of Pulisic very, very quickly. And I imagine he's going to be very good. And that's going to be 2 signings for this episode, and we're probably not going to be able to make any other ones. I still kind of want to bring in a backup left back. I think Truffert would be a good one, but he's going to cost about 25 million. We only have 14 million, so we're going to hope to make some money off of the sale of Luka Jovic and maybe someone else. We'll have to see how it goes. We're going to go ahead and get into this game. Last game of the episode here against Udinese. This will be their lineup for our game against them. And then we're going to switch things up for our lineup in this game. We're going to start Jimenez, try to get him some good game time. We're going to start Rangers and Loftus-Cheek in midfield with Benacer, and then we're going to start Tia in the back as well. But besides that, everything is going to stay the same. And then we're going to try to get Olise on sometime later on in the game, get him some game time as well. Jimenez back to Calabria. Calabria, great pass. Oh, great cross over to Reinders. Another headed ball. Just 7 minutes gone. We're able to keep possession so far on Udinese, but not able to finish a chance off. Pulisic inside to Jimenez. Trying to get it back to Pulisic, just not a great effort. Pulisic, pass out here to Jimenez. We're breaking away. Nobody to pass it to. Jimenez going to have to go for the shot, sends it well wide, but again, just nobody was really there for it. This cheek, Benacer, Leao. Oh, what a save from the keeper. 47 minutes gone now. We're going to have this corner right here before the end of the first half. Swinging it in, looking towards that back post. Tamori sends it just over. And that will be the end of the first half. And somehow we have managed to not score. 6 shots, 1.7 expected goals. Nothing to show for it, though. Wow. Okay. So, I talk about how Maignan doesn't make saves, right? And, I get that, he makes some good saves. But let's watch the replay on this one just real quick, and you tell me whether or not he should make a save on this. First off, the defending is poor. Again, defending is always poor. Second off, what a shot to let it run past you from behind and then hit it. And then, you know what I'm saying? Pulisic inside. Jimenez right back. First goal of his AC Milan career. And it comes at a great time. Gets us back level at 1 in the game. We absolutely cannot draw this game, though. We can't draw and we can't lose. Which only leaves us with one option, and that is to win. So that's what we need to do. We're going to go ahead and make some subs right off the back of that. Loftus-Cheek coming off, and Pulisic coming off, and Michael Olise coming on for his debut. And Pobega is going to send Olise on a long run here at the beginning of his career. Olise is going to go across field. Rafael Leao turning it inside, going for the shot. Maybe should have looked for a pass. Jimenez just couldn't get out of his feet quick enough. Zini pushing forward, finds a pass. Oh, again, Maignan, a save that's makeable. You just got to look at the position of where the ball is going into the back of the net. Again, just poor defending. But it's not even hitting the corner. It's the middle of the net. And I know I'm being hard on him. I am being hard on him. But he's got to come up with a worldie every once in a while. He's 87 overall, for crying out loud. Nasser, Rafael Leao. This time Jimenez has to finish, and he does. 84 minutes gone. We get the second for Jimenez of the game. Second of his AC Milan career, and hopefully a third is on the way. Great pass from Leao. Great way to split the defense by Jimenez. But we are going to get Jimenez off. We're going to bring on Okafor. We're going to try to get this corner cleared away. Tial down to Benacer. We're going to have some numbers. Okafor is over here. And he's got 91 pace. And is he going to be able to skip past the second defender? He does. What a terrible angle by that defender. We're going to pass it inside to Olise for his debut goal. And what a way to end off the episode. We finally do not draw a game in the league. I mean, I know we beat Empoli earlier, but it feels like we drew with them. Oh, man. What a way to finish off the episode. Okafor, I mean, sweaty. Very sweaty goal. But we finish it off. Olise with a debut goal today. Jimenez with 2 debut goals. Not debut goals, but his first 2 goals for the club as well. Yeah, Pulisic wouldn't have been in that spot. Almost guaranteed. And that's going to be the end of the episode. And that's going to be the end of this game. Finishing it off 3-2. I wanted to thank you guys for watching. Please be sure to like the video. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And I will catch you guys in the next episode for the end of the January transfer window. We might make one more move. We'll see. But anyways, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.